Hey y'all, it's Tim the Tool Man. We're back again with Car Show and Tell. And we're under the canopy of the no-kill car shelter one more time. It's spring. I know we've been away for a while. Been working on the house. Winter was, it's not the greatest time to be outside working on cars. But it's a nice day out today, so we're out here getting some things done. And working on the C4 Corvette one more time. Got some bunch of videos that I'm putting together for that, and by a bunch I mean 2, maybe 3. Let's see, one thing what we're going to cover today is adjusting the headlight doors on a C4 Corvette. Okay, if you're not aware, it's got flip up headlights or flip around headlights or whatever you want to call them. Rolling headlights, it's kind of how they work, they roll around. And there's an outside cover that everybody, that you see from the outside of the car when the lights are turned off. And one of the things that's never really been right about this car since I got it is those doors were never adjusted properly. They're never adjusted to be flush with the surrounding surface of the hood. So today, we're going to figure out how we can readjust those doors. So let's give a look around here. We're going to walk to the front of the car and we'll show you what we're working with. Here's the hood. Here's the hood. And you can see the headlight door. And for the most part, this corner is a little bit proud. That sticks up a little too far. That corner sinks in too far. And down here at the front, all the way across this edge, it sinks low. It's too far in. And the other side was the same, but I've gotten it apart and taken the time to figure out how we can just adjust the fasteners that hold this door to the headlight assembly and get it to sit nice and flush with the rest of this hood, front to back, side to side. That's how it should look. So, follow along. I'll show you how to get this thing apart. Okay, so the first thing that we've got to do is, at least on this car, is disconnect the battery. I've tried to turn the knobs, the manual knobs that turn the headlight assemblies with the battery connected, and the motor makes bad noises and it just wants to slam shut again immediately. So I've disconnected the negative battery cable from the battery so that nothing in the car is powered at the moment. And I can reach down here and turn the knob. It manually opens this whole headlight door. And you gotta kind of spin it for a while. I've seen some of these cars and hood motors or headlight motors that they've got the knobs on the top. Some of them have the knobs on the bottom. I think the originals all had top knobs. I don't know. But one way or the other, it's going to come open. And you're going to spin this thing until your door folds about flat here. Okay. Once you've gotten that done, there's 2 T15 Torx fasteners. They'll hold this cover on at the front, and we've got to remove those. So, let me pick that up. Okay. Wrong way. Okay. One of the good things about this car is we got plenty of room, usually, plenty of room to work with. You'll have to be bent up, jammed in somewhere, cramped up trying to get something done. So, as much as it's unusually engineered, I haven't found it much of a pain to work on, unless you're replacing hood cables. Okay, got those two fasteners out at the front. We're going to come around to the other side of the hood, and on each side you've got a screw here and a screw over here. You just want to remove those two screws, and then this top cover falls away. Over here. Go. Go. See? Okay. That just kind of falls in like so. You can pick it right up and set it off to the side, wherever you please. Now, once that's accomplished, there's a couple of fasteners here and here. Okay, and those are fastened into the tabs that hold these headlight covers on. That's a 10mm fastener. So we'll snap that on, and we're just going to loosen these fasteners. And I know this one was a little bit proud. Stuck up a little too far. I'm just going to push down on it a little bit. It's a little bit of a trial and error kind of thing to get this right. And this needs to come out a bit. I'm just going to snug these, not tighten them. Alright, out front. Come out here, and you can get your hand in underneath here behind the headlight, and there's two bolts that come from the inside out. Okay, as you can see, they hold these two tabs on, connected to this end of the door, and it's pretty easy to just reach up in here with your wrench and you can put your fingers in behind it on this side and sort of hold the end of the ratchet in place and start to work these fasteners loose. And I know that this whole bottom side had to come out a bunch, so we have to loosen these up just a bit more. There we go. And that's fairly loose. Alright. Just push this thing up as far as it can go, I guess. That might be it. That might be it. If you have some sort of a wedge or something that you can place in there, that'd be a good time. I'm just going to hold it up as far as it'll go, and then tighten this fastener on this side. Or snug it up at the very least. And the same on this side. Snug. All right. Once you've got it to where you're happy with your first attempt, all you have to do is come over to the battery and just touch your negative cable to the negative terminal in the battery, and that'll fold shut on its own. And you can come over here and double check. The top's pretty even. It looks like this bottom edge has got to come up a bit more. So we'll fold it back open. Let's go ahead and pause it.
Okay, go.
Okay, so I come up to the front and I reach back here and I loosen these bolts up and really have shoved this thing up about as high as it will go. So I'm going to try that. Tighten this one up first. Just set the looser tight. So I'm going to have to hold this up with my thumb here. Like I said, that's up as far as the factory adjustment will let it go. Snug and it won't come back. I'll shove this one up. I'm going to get something to use as a shim or a wedge. And perhaps, hopefully I don't gotta hold this thing the entire time. That'll work. I'll just let that there. That'll act as a wedge to hold that up while I am free to that frees up the rest of my fingers to do what they gotta do. There we go. It's kind of snug. I think I'll loosen this other side up because I think it moved down a little bit. If I go the whole way out, up, and that's not enough, then we'll have to make some other changes. Worked on that side, but it doesn't work on this side. Alright, let go. I got it.
Sorry.
It's moving down again. That's snug. That's as far up as it's going to go. Let's shut it and see what it looks like.
Want me to stay here?
Yeah.
Alright. It's still low.
Still low.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other edges are alright, but it's just a little low down here.
There might be an issue with how the motor itself is positioned. Alright. Flop this thing open again and take another look.
Pause?
Yeah.
Better, but still.
Alright, well, here we go. Made a discovery. It was missing a bolt right here. So this was kind of hanging a little bit away from the hood. And went to the hardware store quick, grabbed another M6x16 bolt and tightened that up. And let's see here. Hang on a second. I adjusted the bumper up here. And what that wound up doing was, now the bottom of this door sticks up a little proud of the hood. So we're gonna have to move this back down a little bit, and the top of this door sits in a little too far. So I'm gonna have to move the top out, move the bottom in a little bit, and that should do the trick. Okay, this was the bumper that I adjusted right here. Yep, turn that up a bit. Okay, so it makes contact with the hood a little bit sooner and stops the motor a little bit sooner. So I'm going to loosen these two. We'll move this up a little bit. I'll loosen the two on the front side, and we'll move that down a little bit. There we go again. Okay, so move the front, down, and the top up, and evidently not enough. It's flush down in this corner, but sunken in just a little bit. A 1/16 to 3/32 here. This corner's maybe a 32nd down, and this corner's probably 3/32 down. So this edge is lined up pretty well. I'm going to bring this up just a touch, and I'm going to bring this whole side of the door up a touch. Now you can kind of see how the process goes. Make a little adjustment, check it. Make another little adjustment, check it. Make another little adjustment, check it. It's a little, you know, mind-numbing. But eventually, you get there. So, I'm going to pause it for now. Any more attempts, I'm just going to skip filming back and forth until I've made all the adjustments and gotten it to where I want it. Alright, so we've made a couple of more adjustments on this thing, corner to corner, and it looks like really the only spot might want to make one more slight adjustment down there, maybe a 32nd, bring that up a 32nd or so. But everything else, if you can see, is well lined up. The top of the door there to the hood, and on down. Like I said, that far corner right here is just a hair low, but everything else is right on the money. So I'm gonna wrap this up now, and I'll just make that one more adjustment there after the video and tighten all four of those bolts down and put our headlight cover back on. While I'm at it, say a little about these. Okay, now is a great time, since this is off, to throw this in the dishwasher when the wife's not looking. Run it on normal cycle. I use Cascade, and it cleaned the other side right up. But let's go around and look. So the other side, it's going to be kind of dark. Not a whole lot of light to shoot there with, but it cleaned that side right up really well. And then once it's off, it's no problem. Just take a little polish and a little buffer and give it a nice new shine. So that's what I'm going to do to this side before it goes back on. Like I said, it goes on the opposite of the way we took it off, you know. So slide it up in there, 2 screws, 2 bolts, and we're done. So that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Keep track of what we got going on. We got some more stuff coming out for this. It's getting close to autocross season, so I got some other new stuff for the car this year. I guarantee it will still not be competitive whatsoever, but I'm gonna have a buttload of fun trying. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.